It actually really is, because
So much fun.
just the last two that we've been to, and we didn't have our booth there. In fact, we have a booth now because a lot of the people that we met there, seeing our work, hey, you guys need to be up here and have a booth. And just having a booth there this year, we're already up there, and everybody, it's like we're kind of friends with everybody. So there's the groups that come down. There's a group that comes down from Belfast, the Eye of Harmony, and amazing people, amazing prop makers, and we talk to them back and forth across the internet. You get to meet a lot of the cosplayers. Like Alan Fay he's with Real Icons, and he's like the Batman. Yeah. Every Batman costume ever made, but he goes trick or treating with his kids wearing his RoboCop outfit, and he made his daughter Five Nights at Freddy's, and he's making stuff and in his back shed that is better than they're doing at
his neighbors.
But the stuff that he's churning out is better than the film studios.
Oh, it's amazing stuff.
He's very much like us, and we spent a lot of time chatting with him, and great fella, and his kids are involved in it very much too, and they're makers too, and it's being a Comic-Con for us, it gives us a time to show our wares and have them there. In between projects, it brings money into so we can do other projects, because right now I'd say most of the projects that we do, or the events that we do, fund further projects. Sure. It lets us reach more people. After the Dunmanway Festival, we were having an idea of maybe working with autistic children, because I met a lot that came up to our booth. And they kind of really broke out of their shell, and they really started to come alive when they saw, and I know how you did this, and it's these settings, because that's the way they communicate. Sure. Creatively. And whereas maybe they have a hard time adjusting in certain scenarios and situations, when it comes to that, there is imagination and design level skills there that are beyond it. They just don't have anybody to show it here. I would love to be able to work with them and take it from a concept idea they have to a finished product that they can put on their wall, wear, share with anybody.
But that's what Comic-Con does.
It opens that door.
It opens the door for people to come, and they can disguise themselves, and they can just kind of be who they want to be for the day. True. And so when they come and they see people of like interests, and then you start having this conversation again, there's that collaboration and that teamwork, and like, oh, you know this, and I made this, and see how I did this, but I wanted to do it this, but I don't really know how. And then you start talking, well, I've done that before, and this is how you do it. And then you end up with this great friend or somebody, sure, that you're communicating with all the time. So Comic-Con is like the best place for creative people who maybe are too shy to come out in the world and be that creative, loud person. I know I'm one of them. I don't really talk much, and I just kind of, do my thing. But Comic-Con is so fun because you can dress up and walk around and be this other person, network with people, find these other talents, and then you get this really cool stuff that everybody's selling that is their talent, whether it's, fan art to the movie props, to signed props, to anything. I mean, the level of collectibles could run you in the thousands compared to, the Nuka-Cola pins that, that we sell that are,
I mean, you saw
nothing.
You saw, yeah, and you saw that the guys that were selling the vintage toys at Dunmanway. Yeah. Those guys are actual prop makers and build amazing things. One of them is the one, he built a statue that there's only two of them, and one's in Port McGee right now, and he's trying to get them, Fáilte Ireland, to approve him building a life-size one of Luke.
Mark Hamill.
But the life-size, he built a life-size bronze, and he wants it on display in Port McGee. He just can't get the approval. Like, Port McGee's okay with it, but he can't get Fáilte Ireland and to sponsor it. But he did create a bust, a smaller version of it. And there's only two, and there's one on display in the shop right now, and the other one is in Mark Hamill's house. Because when Mark Hamill saw it, he wanted one. And it's the only two in existence. And you get this, you sit there and you're talking to this guy over the toys and the collectibles you had as a kid, and then you find out, like, he's like, oh, hey, I'm doing this.
He's this amazing
So
talent,
there's the side that you have to do for business, and then there's the side that, like, again, you meet somebody creative,